On army request, BTS Illegal Army brings you contracted Mafia husband Jimin FF. Flashback. You were busy clicking pictures of the Eiffel Tower, muttering why so tall, under your breath, clearly frustrated by the angle. As you kept stepping backward for a better frame, you accidentally bumped into someone. You pursed your lips and shut your eyes in frustration. Quickly you turned around. The person you bumped into was none other than Jimin. He didn't seem bothered at all until you spoke. Hearing your apology, he turned around. You didn't even look at him and continued walking away, but Jimin's eyes remained fixed on you until you completely disappeared from his sight. His guards arrived waiting for him. Sir, we have to go. Our jet is ready. Jimin wore his sunglasses with one hand, extremely looking hot, and started walking calmly. Asked the pilot to wait. We will go early in the morning. Instead of leaving, Jimin wandered into a nearby cafe. He sighed at the long line ahead of him, but there was a quiet joy in moments like these, when he could blend in and live like a regular person, even if it's just for a while. When his turn finally came, and just before he placed his order, you suddenly rushed in. His eyes widened the moment they landed on you again, the same girl from earlier. This time he smiled inwardly. Hey, I have to use the restroom, may I? He asked the cashier quickly, hoping she would be kind enough to understand. Sorry ma'am, not allowed. Only a customer can use the restroom. Okay, I will buy this. You quickly picked up a packet of cookies and held it up. How much? You smiled politely, already opening your bag to pull out some cash, but before you could hand it over, you have to be in a line first. What? Please, miss. You stood there stunned by how rude the cashier was acting. You muttered a soft curse under your breath, but before the situation escalated, someone suddenly spoke out from behind. Baby, I forget your drink. Which one did you ask me for, huh? You turned around confused, unsure if he was talking to you, but when he winked and subtly nodded, you immediately understood and played along. Iced mocha? Okay, gotcha, baby. You smiled and turned back to the cashier. Can I? This time the cashier nodded and you rushed to the restroom. A smile lingered on your face, the kind that comes when someone shows you a little kindness out of nowhere. You kept thinking about the man who helped you. Men like that were rare. Helping a complete stranger like this truly meant something. When you came out, your eyes instantly searched for him, memorizing his face. Of course, you wouldn't forget it that easily. Spotting him again, you walked up to him. Thank you. You are most welcome. He stretched out his hand holding a cup. Huh? For you, baby. The way he said baby was unexpectedly seductive, but when he started laughing, you realized he was just teasing. You took the cup from him. The two of you began walking along a quiet street in Paris. So, are you from Paris? No, just visiting for someone. You nodded with a smile, holding the cup he gave you. Your eyes dropped to the cup where the name baby was written. You looked at him and he chuckled. Sorry for this, I don't know your name. So, at first you glared at him. The way you said it made him sound nervous. But then you started giggling, making him chuckle too. He realized you were just teasing. You're so nervous. You didn't have a girlfriend before? You raised your eyebrows as you said it, causing him to laugh softly. I am dead in flirting? No, I never said that. It seems like that. By the way, I have girlfriends before. Girlfriends? You wiggled your eyebrows playfully, making him giggle again. But currently single. You nodded and bit your lips slightly. Not gonna lie, he was exactly your type. Not going to ask me about my boyfriend? Jimin smiled and leaned in slightly, making you pose mid-step. Currently you are single and that's all. Sure. How did you know that I am single? Because Paris is the city of romance. If you are here roaming around alone, that means you are single. That's so stupid. Jimin raised his eyebrows. Look around, lady. You looked around, he was right. Almost everyone nearby was in pairs or holding hands. You pouted slightly and turned back in Jimin's direction, but he was gone. You frowned confused, scanning the area. Then your eyes landed on him sitting on a bench singing softly. His voice was like honey drawing you into a dreamy state. So many people to see, places to go, but still I haven't found her. He stood up and slowly walked towards you, continuing to sing. We never met, but she's all I see at night. Never met, but she's always on my mind. He circled around you, still singing. Wanna give her the world and so much more. Who is my heart waiting for? The smile he gave everyone was gentle, genuine, the kind of smile that made you smile too. Wow, never knew that you were a singer. Jimin shook his head and gave a slight bow to the guitarist before turning back to you. You both started walking again. I am not a singer, it's just my passion. So you wrote this? You asked curiously. He nodded. You are just messing with me, right? He chuckled and shook his head. I am good at everything. And if you don't believe me, stay with me and see for yourself in your dreams. I don't know if I am good at everything or not, but I know one thing, and that is I am good at rejecting. You smiled mischievously, and his playful expression turned into frown. Bye bye, Mr. Perfection. You waved and walked away. Later, when you entered your hotel, you pulled out your key card and tried inserting it into the door. Nothing happened. You tried again, still nothing. After the fifth attempt, your patience ran out. F. A familiar laugh stopped you mid-curse. You turned around and there he was, the same man who helped you earlier. Following me? Trespassing doesn't work here, ma'am. What? You frowned in confusion. Jimin chuckled and stepped forward, inserting his card into the door. It clicked open immediately. Wait, how? You frowned again, Jimin giggled. Because this is my room? Shut up. 2502 is mine. He cleared his throat and held out his key card. It clearly read 2502. You quickly glanced at yours and saw it 2503. You cursed under your breath and rubbed your temples. Shit, I'm sorry, I thought my room was 02. It's okay. I'm embarrassing myself again and again. It's completely fine. Happens sometimes. You smiled awkwardly, but just then your purse slipped from your shoulder, spilling its contents everywhere. Jimin knelt down beside you, helping pick up your things, including a few makeup items and your key card. Thank you. He smiled gently as he handed everything back. You walked to your actual room and tried the card again, but it still didn't work. You frowned and tried once more. I guess there's an issue with your card. Let me go and ask at the reception. It's okay. I'll go. Thank you. Smile. Please stay in my room for now. Let me go. I don't want to bother you. You hesitated. Staying in a stranger's room, even someone kind, didn't feel entirely safe. But Jimin continued. Please, besides the receptionist is a man, and I have heard he's not very kind to ladies. Please, miss. He slowly nodded and stepped inside his room. Jimin entered the elevator, a small smile appearing on his lip. Everything was going just as planned. After all, he was the mastermind here. Flashback. Jimin had knelt down to help you pick up your thing. But when he saw your key card among them, a plan formed in his mind. He smiled subtly and using swift sleight of hand, switched your card with his. As he gave you everything back, he deliberately walked slower, waiting to see you try the door. The moment he saw it wouldn't open, he smacked. It's not easy to escape from me, miss. Interval. Present time. You waited inside for about 10 minutes before Jimin finally returned. Where's my card? Actually, the receptionist wouldn't give me one. He said the card isn't working and they don't have a spare one. Phone? What? But they always have extras. How can they say that? Let me go? I will. He gently held your arm, stopping you. Don't worry, they told me they will take care of it by morning. Where am I gonna spend the night then? Jimin smirked to himself, proud of how smoothly everything had gone. Stay here. You stared at him, shocked. I mean, you can if you want. Don't worry, trust me. Besides, you have got nowhere else to go now. I can ask them for another room. Don't bother yourself. You smiled. Jimin's face stopped for a moment and he mouthed shut. Silently, his disappointment invisible to you. You already did too much for me. You're about to leave when Jimin paces his step and gently holds your hand. I already asked. There's no empty room here. All are booked. You freeze and shock, but deep down something feels off. He's lying. He never even went to the reception. Then why? What are his plans? Is he just trying to manipulate you into staying in his room? Are his intentions wild? Or is there more beneath the surface? But how can I stay here? You frown and ask him, though it feels more like you are questioning yourself. I'm not a bad boy, don't worry. Sleep here tonight, I will take the couch. You sigh deeply, caught between confusion and hesitation. Your thoughts spiral as you debate internally, unaware that Jimin is praying silently for you to say yes. I'm not letting you go, Mayan. Not tonight. Not in this city where my every heartbeat screams your name. You are mine in this hauntingly beautiful Paris night, and nothing will change that. You have cast a spell on me. Okay, fine. I have no option left, I guess. Jimin turns around, smiling, silently screaming yes inside. Let me order a coffee for you. Anything else? Nope. Cold coffee? Please. Sure. He starts ordering the coffee. Meanwhile, you pick up magazine and pretend to read, but your eyes betrayed you. They wander back to him, locking onto the side of Jimin. He knows not because you told him, but because he can see you watching through the mirror. A smirk dances on his lip as he places the receiver down. I think I am handsome. You frown and quickly look in another direction embarrassed. Your eyes land on a nearby mirror and you bite your lips flustered. You speak in your own defense. This vase is so pretty. Jimin giggles and nods. Yes, I love flowers. Giggles. Of course, every girl does. And if you say so, I'll believe you. He smiles knowingly at your adorable lie, finding it irresistibly cute. A knock at the door breaks the moment the waiter arrives with a trolley. Food? Yeah, of course, I couldn't let a beautiful girl like you starve. He winks and it sends your heart racing. You smile and move towards the couch. Let's start. What are you waiting for? You wait for him to take the first bite, not wanting to seem too eager. Once he does, you both begin eating. Soon Jimin's eyes land on you again and then everything else fades away. The way you talk while twirling your spaghetti makes us heart skip. He leans in, eyes locked onto you, and before you can even ask, he gently wipes the sauce from the corner of your lips with his thumb and then licks it off. You look at him, dumbfounded. Isn't it too obvious? Looks dumb. He chuckles, tracing his tongue along the corner of his lips as he looked at you. Next time, I'll be more obvious by wiping it with my tongue. You choke and your breath catching. You look at him, expecting laughter, but he doesn't smile. He just keeps staring and suddenly you realize he is not joking. Silence falls between you, heavy and warm, even with the AC humming. The air feels thick. The tension speaks louder than words, your body screaming for an embrace. You rise suddenly, trying to break the moment. I am leaving for a walk. Jimin is caught off guard by your sudden statement. Maybe you are trying to escape, but Jimin being Jimin, he doesn't let go so easily. Wait, I will come with you? No, I mean you don't have to. You smile, trying to escape the overwhelming feeling, but Jimin steps forward again. I am not gonna let beautiful girl walk alone in the streets of Paris at night. His smile so warm and thoughtful speaks of a gentleman's heart. Time escapes. You and Jimin stroll through the enchanting streets of Paris. Your eyes catch a glimpse of a delicate bracelet through a boutique window. You stop in your tracks. Like it? You nod silently, your eyes sparkling. Let's go buy it then. He said it with confidence because your eyes had already told him the truth. You smile and reach out gently, holding his hand to stop him. What? Suddenly raindrops begins to fall. Jimin dashes towards shelter, but you step forward, arms wide open, welcoming the rain. Jimin looks around, realizing you are not beside him. His eyes search, and when they land on you, something in him shifts. He watches you toil, every inch of you soaked and glowing under the soft Paris rain. You look like a dream. The man who hated getting drenched now walks through the rain as if it's his favorite place on earth, just because you are in it. Hua, you love rain too? He nods mesmerized. He hasn't even heard your words. He's just lost in you. Finally, he snaps out of his trance and runs a hand through his wet hairs. Have you ever danced in rain? You shake your head. He smiles and stretches his hand towards you. You hesitate, then take it. He pulls you closer, and the moment your body bumps into his, your eyes meet and the world fades. Jimin traces his finger along your waist, feeling the wet fabric clench to your skin. Your hand reaches for his neck, your finger brushing through his rain-soaked hair. His eyes drift to the droplets on your neck, and though temptation blazes in his gaze, he restrains himself and begins to sway with you. Vine, you're beautiful. You look down shy, but suddenly something hits you. How do you know my name? He gulps, then quickly spins you around, smiling. The receptionist told me. What's your name? Jimin. Smiles. Nice one, huh? Suits you. He chuckles and gently pulls you closer, whispering in your ear. I guess yours is even better. I love it. Your name and you. Your eyes widen. Aren't you going too fast? You raise an eyebrow at him. Believe me, in your case, I'm taking it slow. You both laugh softly. I have rejected more men than you can imagine. He nods amused. Then with a mischievous smirk, he pulls you even closer. But I know you are not powerful enough to reject me. You can't resist my charm. You gasp. Is he manipulating you? Maybe. But it's not just his charm, it's the way he treats you, his kindness, his warmth. You realize you are no longer trying to resist, you are already falling, surrendering to his charms. Time skips. Back at the hotel, the two of you step inside, still damp from the rain. Jimin walks over to the wardrobe and pulls out a shirt. He hands it to you. Wear it or you will catch a cold. You smile and accept it. A few minutes later, you return wearing only his white shirt. It's long enough to cover your knees, but just barely. Your wet hairs clench to your face, and the sight of you makes his throat dry. You bite your lip, your eyes meeting his. It's awkward, or maybe it's something more. His heart races and he struggles to breathe normally. He wants to hold you, he wants you to stay. Let me take the couch. You gasp, your foot catching the edge of the carpet you hadn't even noticed. Before you could brace yourself, a strong arm wrapped around your waist. Jimin. He was quick but not quick enough. The two of you tumbled back, and before either of you could react, you landed on the bed with a soft thud. Jimin right on top of you. Time froze. His face just inches from yours, breath mingling, hands still gripping your vest from the fall. His heartbeat was rapid, so was yours. The tension between you was undeniable, impossible to ignore anymore. No words were spoken. The silence in the room was louder than anything, and the night didn't wait for the permission. It just swept you both into a moment you couldn't take back. The next morning, sunlight filtered softly through the curtains. You stared, blinking your eyes open slowly. The space beside you was cold, empty. You sat up, pulling the sheets around yourself, glancing at the untouched side of the bed. No signs of him, no sounds from the hallway, just silence. For a moment you wondered if you had imagined it all, but then your gaze fell on the shirt draped over the back of the chair, the one he would be wearing last night. Your fingers curled slightly in the sheets, thinking, where did he go? You saw a note beside you and picked it up. The night I will never forget mine, but I have to go as something urgent came up. Jimin. Tears started streaming down your eyes, thinking that you were being used. You threw the note and started crying, but what you didn't notice was that on the back of the note it said, I love you. To be continued. If you really like the FF, please like, share and comment. And if you want to be the part of this illegal chims family, then subscribe to my channel. Annyeong.